Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns to confront Paul Heyman for one major reason on WWE SmackDown. Exploring the possibility. Survivor Series. War Games was a successful outing for Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline. But now, the OTC must return to SmackDown and address some more pressing concerns. Chief among them, of course, will be taking back the Eula Fala from Solo Sikoa. However, he may also choose to confront his Wiseman, Paul Heyman, for a very important reason this Friday. One of the reasons why Roman Reigns and co. were victorious at War Games was thanks to the last-minute addition of CM Punk. The best in the world proved to be an unexpected but welcomed ally for the OGs. However, his participation in Survivor Series came with a caveat. In return for his services, he receives a favor from Paul Heyman. A favor that Reigns may want to know about this week on SmackDown. Prior to War Games, Roman Reigns and CM Punk sat down for a face-to-face meeting on the Blue brand. It was here that the voice of the voiceless revealed that Heyman owed him a favor. After the meeting, a somewhat somber OTC asked his Wiseman about the favor. Surprisingly, Heyman refused to share the details but promised to do so after Survivor Series. Well, December 1, 2024 has come and gone, and now Reigns will want answers. Heyman may choose to avoid the topic for as long as possible, but Roman has a good memory. He may confront the Hall of Famer and demand an explanation sometime during the episode. But as things stand, this is nothing more than speculation. Roman Reigns has seemingly turned a new leaf since returning to WWE from his hiatus. Gone are his sense of bravado and his belief that his word is law. Instead, although he was averse to it at first, he has begun listening to the people around him, especially his family. So with that in mind, what happened on Raw this week will certainly concern him. Fresh off their win at Survivor Series, War Games, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, members of the OG Bloodline, were on Raw. However, things didn't go so well for them on Monday night. Not only was Jey brutally attacked backstage, but Sami, after his match with Seth Rollins, was laid out by the returning Drew McIntyre, who hit him with a devastating claymore. This isn't exactly a good sign for Reigns. He will no doubt be worried about his family over on the Red brand, but at the same time, he must remain wary. If he looks away for even a moment, his nemesis Solo Sikoa will not waste the chance to strike. The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has been the centerpiece of WWE programming for years, commanding respect and fear as the undisputed leader of the Bloodline. At his side has been the cunning and resourceful Paul Heyman, the wise man, who has acted as Reigns' consigliere, advocate, and loyal advisor. But the cracks in their alliance, hinted at in recent episodes of SmackDown, suggest that all may not be well within the tribal court. Could Roman Reigns finally confront Paul Heyman on SmackDown? And what would be the reason behind such a confrontation? Let's dive into the layers of this intriguing possibility and the potential fallout from such a monumental moment. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's partnership was born out of necessity and strategy. When Reigns reinvented himself as the tribal chief, he turned to Heyman, a man who had previously served as the advocate for Brock Lesnar, to solidify his dominance. Heyman brought with him years of experience, unmatched mixed skills, and a reputation as one of the most brilliant minds in wrestling. Together, Reigns and Heyman have ruled SmackDown, with Heyman often serving as the mouthpiece for Reigns, articulating his dominance and handling the behind-the-scenes maneuvering. Heyman's loyalty has been a cornerstone of their alliance, but recent events have thrown that loyalty into question. Over the past few months, subtle storytelling has hinted at tension between Reigns and Heyman. The cracks began to show during the Bloodline's civil war, where internal dissent led to the departure of Jey Uso and the wavering allegiance of Jimmy Uso. Heyman, often caught in the crossfire of these familial disputes, has tried to maintain his role as the loyal advisor, but his nervous demeanor and evasive responses suggest he's walking on thin ice. Further adding to the intrigue is Solo Sikoa's increasing prominence within the Bloodline. As the enforcer, Sikoa has become a key player in Reigns' empire, and his silent but deadly presence has raised questions about whether he could replace Heyman as Reigns' closest confidant. Could Heyman's position in the Bloodline hierarchy be under threat? If Roman Reigns were to confront Paul Heyman on SmackDown, it would likely be for a specific and significant reason. Here are some possibilities. Reigns has always demanded absolute loyalty from those around him. If he suspects Heyman of double-dealing or prioritizing his interests over the tribal chiefs, a confrontation is inevitable. Heyman's past association with Brock Lesnar, coupled with his knack for self-preservation, makes him a prime target for Reigns' suspicion. Reigns could accuse Heyman of playing both sides or undermining his authority, leading to a dramatic showdown where Heyman must prove his loyalty or face exile from the Bloodline. The Bloodline has faced numerous challenges in recent months, including high-profile losses and internal betrayals. Reigns could hold Heyman accountable for these setbacks, blaming him for failing to manage the family's affairs or maintain order within the faction. This confrontation could serve as a turning point for Heyman, forcing him to either step up and regain Reigns' trust or succumb to the tribal chief's wrath. As Solo Sikoa continues to rise in prominence, Reigns may see an opportunity to streamline his inner circle. Confronting Heyman could be part of a larger strategy to shift power dynamics within the Bloodline, positioning Sikoa as his primary ally while sidelining Heyman. This power shift would not only add depth to the storyline, but also set the stage for future rivalries and alliances. Reigns could confront Heyman as a way to test his value to the Bloodline. By challenging Heyman's loyalty, intelligence, and ability to adapt, Reigns could gauge whether the wise man is still an asset or has become a liability. This test could lead to a dramatic moment where Heyman either redeems himself by proving his worth or is cast aside as Reigns moves forward without him. A confrontation between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman would have significant ramifications for WWE and its storytelling landscape. Here are some potential outcomes. If Heyman manages to prove his loyalty and value, it could strengthen his bond with Reigns and solidify his position within the Bloodline. This redemption arc would allow Heyman to continue playing a vital role in Reigns' story, while keeping fans invested in the dynamic between the two. On the other hand, a confrontation could push Heyman to betray Reigns, aligning himself with another superstar or faction. This betrayal would be a shocking twist that could lead to a heated rivalry and create new storytelling opportunities. If Reigns decides that Heyman is no longer an asset, he could exile him from the Bloodline, leaving Heyman to navigate the WWE landscape on his own. This exile could lead to Heyman forging new alliances or seeking revenge against Reigns. Solo Sikoa's role in the confrontation could also shape the outcome. If Sikoa sides with Reigns, it could solidify his position as the enforcer and future leader of the Bloodline. Alternatively, if Sikoa shows sympathy for Heyman, it could set the stage for a power struggle within the faction. The WWE Universe has been buzzing with speculation about the future of the Bloodline and Paul Heyman's role within it. Fans have taken to social media to share their theories, with some predicting a dramatic betrayal and others hoping for Heyman to remain by Reigns' side. One fan tweeted, "If Roman confronts Heyman, it's going to be the most intense segment we've seen in years. The tension between them is off the charts." Another wrote, "Heyman's loyalty is always questionable, but that's what makes him so fascinating. Can't wait to see how this plays out." A confrontation between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman would be more than just a storyline twist. It would be a moment that defines the next chapter of the Bloodline saga. WWE has excelled in telling layered, character-driven stories, and this potential confrontation is an opportunity to explore themes of loyalty, power, and betrayal. Whether it leads to Heyman's redemption, exile, or betrayal, the confrontation would have a lasting impact on WWE's storytelling landscape, keeping fans engaged and invested in the unfolding drama. As SmackDown approaches, the possibility of Roman Reigns confronting Paul Heyman looms large. With the Bloodline's future hanging in the balance, this confrontation could be a pivotal moment that reshapes WWE's narrative. Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain. The tribal chief and his wise man are on a collision course, and the WWE Universe is eagerly watching to see what happens next.